little live stream. My name is again Royce, and welcome to Stockholm. Uh, our blog or this channel is basically live here in Scandinavia, which would be the following countries: Iceland, Norway, Sweden, Finland, and Denmark. I've been living here for the past 7 years, and I've been living more or less here in Europe since 1996. And we are been traveling, or at least I've been traveling for the longest times ever since there. And I would like to welcome you here on our live stream on our channel here in YouTube. We're going to explore Stockholm, Sweden, and then anything else. If you have something that you have in mind, if you are planning to visit this area, just get in touch with me. We're going to find you the things that you'd like to see and like to know. And how to put it this way, Stockholm is a very small city. It's about, in European standards, it's about 1 million plus people. It's quite relatively small, being a capital of the fifth largest country here in Europe. And there are more trees than people. There are 60+% or more than half of the country is forested. And then we have hundreds and thousands of lakes, not to mention the hundreds and thousands probably of islands as well that make the archipelago facing the Baltic Sea and some parts of the North Atlantic that is like dotted of islands that is ready for exploration. Thank goodness for this 2024, we have been relatively spared with the hot weather. Right now, it's about 20 degrees outside. It's a little bit sunny, and it's those things that are quite rare for a combination for any Stockholm people that are living here. Because at the moment, Stockholm used to be very cold even in the spring and the summer, simply because it's almost, some parts of it is above the Arctic Circle, and then of course, we are in the farthest northern part of Europe. So we're the opposite end of Italy, but the same time zone with Italy, Germany, and the rest of I think Poland and everything, France and things like that. So it's +1 from GMT. And then how do you say that as well? Most of the people here in Sweden, most of them, even the foreigners or those who are foreign born, can understand and speak English. So it would be very easy for any tourist to visit this one. And the sites here are very, if you like nature, this would be like one of the best places to visit, especially outside Stockholm. Stockholm is very small. If you're going to visit or you're planning to visit Sweden, and your main landing point or your entry point is either Stockholm or Malmo, which is in the south, or Denmark, just reserve a day or two for Stockholm, because it's relatively small, and you could probably see most of the sites in less than a day or so, but not being rushed. You probably say you arrive the night before, you wake up, you visit the city, and then by nightfall or the morning after, you drive somewhere else, and you would enjoy it. So that would be like a very good plan. If you're landing in Stockholm, because one of the biggest, or if not the biggest airport is based here, it's called Arlanda, or ARN on the abbreviation. If you land here, it's in the middle part of a very elongated country. So you will be halfway between the south and the north. And then it's the same latitude more or less of Oslo as well. And then of course of Helsinki. So it's like very good place to start with. If I were you, this is going to be our plan. Hopefully by next year, I will be able to travel to this kind of adventure. First, I will start, of course, here in Stockholm. I'll be traveling maybe solo, hopefully solo. I'll take my car. I will drive south to Denmark. So that would be almost like 7 hours driving or overnight by train. Once you reach Denmark, crossing the Øresund Bridge, you go to one of these islands that has a ferry that goes to Iceland. Okay, so when you're going to Iceland, you can take the airline, which is the easiest and the cheapest as well. But if you go into much more adventure, I'll be driving from Stockholm to Copenhagen, Copenhagen to this another unpronounceable Danish city that it is like the port call of the ferries that goes to Iceland. And then the good thing about this one is that from this ferry, halfway between Iceland and Denmark, is the Faroe Islands. The Faroe Islands is like a very beautiful place as well. Of course, this is all for those who like the slower pace and the more beautiful um, nature, greens, views, and everything. This is not for everyone, of course, but this is all going to be like what we say, something that maybe older people would like. So, but when I say older people, it age is relative. But then again, what? Okay, so from there you would be, I think, of one night on the sea, and then when you wake up in the morning, you're in Torshavn, which would be the capital of the Faroe Islands, which is also part of Denmark. From Denmark, you could, if you have a car or you have a vehicle, any type of vehicle, in just a matter of like a day or so. If you have your own vehicle, because the problem with these kinds of places, it's very hard to take public transport. There are no trains there. The buses and the boat rides are not really that predictable as well. So it's going to be a little bit problematic if you don't have a vehicle. That's why I strongly suggest that you would always travel on this one. Okay, so we'll be back in a few reminders. We'll be back in a few minutes. Thank you.